Alrighty, we have reached the Super Bowl week of the NFL season. Finally, the season is about to wrap up. I think it's been a tremendous, incredible year. I want to thank everybody that has tuned into these pick videos throughout this entire process. It's been a great year of breaking down these games, and I'm excited to go over the last game of the NFL season this year. Super Bowl 59, a rematch of Super Bowl 57, facing off with the Eagles and the Chiefs. Obviously, Super Bowl 57, the Chiefs won that game. And I looked back at it, and it was somewhat of a questionable call at the end of that game that I had somewhat forgot about when obviously the Eagles were called for that pass interference against the Chiefs late in that game, and it led to pretty much a chip shot field goal for the Chiefs, and they were able to get a pretty easy walk-off victory against the Eagles and win the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 57. And I think you go into this matchup, and I think these teams are really going to play a really competitive game together against one another if you look at it. I think the big difference this year, though, is that the Eagles have this new weapon in Saquon Barkley, who has been so good for him. Saquon Barkley has been such a good piece for this Eagles team this year, and that fan base, that team, that organization, they owe him a lot of credit because he has played an absolutely incredible year this year. The Eagles are not in the Super Bowl if it's not for Saquon Barkley. I think he's played really well in this one, and I think he's going to have another really good game. I think for sure he's going to get a touchdown in this one, and I think the Chiefs are going to have some trouble stopping him. But then you look at the Chiefs, and this is a team that all year has had a really, really solid defense. Mahomes knows how to win these close games, and I think this is going to be another close game. I really do. I think that in this certain game, I think odd receivers for the Kansas City Chiefs are going to step up. Like I feel like DeAndre Hopkins, I feel like he's going to have a few catches in this game that are big play catches. I just have a feeling for some reason that he will. I think Travis Kelce will have a bounce back game from that poor performance in the AFC Championship game against the Bills. I think he'll play a lot better. I don't know how much they're going to lean on the run game. As you can see, the front for the Eagles has been so good recently with Jalen Carter up there that I don't know how much the Chiefs are going to be able to run the football. They haven't ran it that effectively all year. I think that Mahomes might possibly scramble again. You saw that in the AFC Championship game. I could see him having to tuck the ball and run a few more times in this game against the Eagles. But I think it's going to be really close. The spread, currently Kansas City is sitting at minus point and a half. So they're favored right now. But if you look at the money line odds, it's pretty close. And it's got all the makings of a game right now that's kind of a pick 'em, which is, I think, kind of scary for the Eagles because the Chiefs have won 17 games in a row that have been within one score. They just know how to win these big games. And I just have a feeling in my gut that the Chiefs, if this game is close, are just going to find a way to win it. I bet against them last week, 2 weeks ago, when they played the Bills. I had the Bills winning. I just had a feeling they were going to break through the curse that the Chiefs were finally going to lose. And that didn't work out in my favor, of course. So I don't know how I could bet against this Chiefs team again. And I won't. I have them winning 31-28 in this game. But I think it's a really tremendous battle all the way through. I see a lot of possibilities where the Eagles could get this victory. The Eagles are a really, really good team. The only reason I'm picking the Chiefs in the spot here is because they've won 17 one-score games in a row. You can't gloss over the fact of that. You can't gloss over that information when you're talking about big games like this. So I will take the Chiefs 31-28, but I see a lot of scenarios where the Eagles could win this game. And I'll be honest, part of it is because I just don't want to pick against the Chiefs right now. The way they're rolling, the way their season's been, the way they've been able to win one-score games. But I think the Eagles have a more talented roster. I really do. I think the Eagles have a more talented roster, and I think a lot of it's going to come down to how Jalen Hurts plays, how he's able to execute. I think that's a big, big factor for this football team. But as I continue to say, it's been an incredible year. The Super Bowl, as I said in the last video, has always been more of an event type game. I feel like the last week of the NFL season is more so the conference championship week. So you kind of tend to see a little bit of different things in the Super Bowl when it comes to Super Bowl week, but it's still an awesome event. It's a fun event. Get together with people, watch the game, and I'm excited. I'm going to break it down immediately following the Super Bowl. I'm going to have a reaction to whoever wins, and we're going to see what happens. I'm excited for it.